Perfect. All right. So, um, I am going to just start this meeting off by being super authentic because you guys all know it. We just left the last one with that. I apologize that this meeting did not happen last Wednesday. I was in Texas. I really thought we were going to pull it off. If I'm being super duper honest, Tracy or Shannon and I were both a little sick. We both had been tested for COVID and didn't have COVID positive, but by the time we got to Texas and just weren't feeling well, I was actually in bed by 7:30 that night. I laughed because I kept saying to Shannon, I don't think I'm going to make it up for Jeopardy. It's always my joke when I go to bed early. And so it just couldn't happen. We've moved it to today. And if I'm being super duper honest, I really still didn't have time for it to be today, but I'm not going to let you guys down and make it happen. So I think I just said in the last one, if you've just started joining us, I'm in bed and I've been here all day. And that's just because I'm tired, because who doesn't need a vacation after their vacation, right? And I'm not whining, I promise, but I'm just being authentic. So I've got notes on my phone. I've quickly messaged some of the directors to help me along the way here with some of the things. We know what we're doing, sort of, but we've got plenty of things to share with you, because the thing of it is, if nothing else, we just got back from director's retreat, or you watched it virtually, some of you are directors, and you guys, I can't tell you enough, like there's so many things coming your way just for January and February alone, that like you're in the right place at the right time. Like I know that like that sounds cliche and it feels like, oh, that's what she's always going to say, but like, no. I also just got to see next fall and winter line being part of PAC, and like, okay, I know we say this all the time, but the new products, like this isn't just new prints, the new products that are coming, the things that Kamel has been saying she wants to do, like they're happening. Like Kamel, our new CEO, like, I don't know if you guys have seen how much she said she was going to work on shipping, right? Like, hello, she has made shipping improve like 100,000%, right? Like, so being on PAC and getting these sneak peeks, like I really can't say enough. Like we really are in the right place at the right time. Like the company has been here. There's no lying, right? Like we've been here. Like we were here, we took a dip, now we've been here. And I'm telling you, we are on that train going up again. And you truly are in the right place at the right time. Like these new owners and these new CEOs and the CFO, like they want to turn the company around. Like that's their sole purpose of being hired, right? And so they're on it. So, all right, I'll get off that little soapbox, but I just really like, there's some things that we're going to tell you about right now. There's some things we can't tell you about right now, but I can't wait for you to see that there's more coming in January, and there are more things coming in February, like that I'm just like, ah. So just know that on top of all the things that we're gonna show you. So, okay, really quick, I do need to share my screen. I'm going to just briefly touch the playbook. There's only one section that I really want to touch, and that is this. And I want you to shout out. I want you to kind of glance at this. We'll go over it really quick. I want you to shout out in the comments, who of these, what are you of these? And I want you to take ownership with that, right? Like there is no shame in whichever one you put. There is no comparison. Like this is you being authentic. Who are you? Who do you want to be, right? Like if you're not there yet, which one of these do you want to be? So just really quick, you're going to see spare time, part-time, full-time. You're going to see booking parties from anywhere from 2 to 8. You're going to see sponsoring and qualifying from 1 to 2+, and you're going to see connected contacts from 5 to 15 to 20, right? Like, what do you want to be? And I don't want you to get into your head that full-time means like, I don't have another job, because I'll tell you right now, almost all of your directors are doing those full-time things, and they are teachers and they have other jobs and they are working at, in the medical field and all of the things, right? But at the same time, I want you to be realistic. What feels like you? And I see a couple of you are chiming in. I love it. We've got some part-timers. We've got some full-times. Yes, yes, yes. And especially because a lot of you on this call, you're in shoot for the moon. And I know not everyone is. So again, like I said, if you're spare time, That's awesome. That's still a great side gig, right? Like spare time can get you $100 a month, couple $100 a month, right? It can mean a car payment. It can mean the light bill. It can mean a lot of things just being spare time still when you're just willing to be consistent. So, all right, that is really, oh, there is one more thing. I'm going to slide down here and I'm going to give the floor to Tracy. She's going to talk a minute about Girls on the Run, but really quick, I'm just going to remind you guys, this is part of the playbook here, that I really want to push those double take wristlet pouches over the next, I don't know, month and a half, because it's done in February 28th. We have a new product that's going to go towards Girls on the Run starting March 1st, and it is a great product also. But I really want to push this, this 31 cents per one of these, right? So this is on top of getting them to round up. This is on top of 31 donating a portion from a lot of our items. This one is a really big hit. And it's just an excuse to talk about Girls on the Run too, right? And if you don't know anything about Girls on the Run, I really suggest you looking it up. But I'm also going to give the floor to Tracy because she's going to talk a little bit about it. So Tracy, take it away.
Okay. So yes, I absolutely love them. And I'm trying to come up with a way that I can do like a sponsor kind of thing with them, you know, like a fundraiser of some sorts or whatever. What can we do with these? It's 2 pockets. And it's a wristlet. I mean, there's got to be something we can come up with for it. So we talked at Summit too about them. Just so that you guys know, sales from roundups and from these pouches. I know that we didn't have these pouches in March. We got them in September, but from roundups from March, plus we had product then, all the way to the end of November, 31 was able to give Girls on the Run $387,000. I mean, and 266. I mean, it was like over $387,000. 31 was able, we as a group, we as a company were able to give Girls on the Run. I think that's just amazing. And it just invigorated me. And that's why I'm kind of going crazy with like trying to figure out how can we boost sales of these wristlets to continue. Don't forget that it all has to, 31 cents goes, right? And we're rounding up, and Danielle took almost all of what I was going to say.
Sorry.
I still love you.
That's okay. I'm just going to add the math in there just so you guys know, because I have coached Girls on the Run. Tracy actually helped me this last time as well. And so I know some of the background too. And just, these are the things that you want to talk about when you're talking about, and your customers are these numbers. To do Girls on the Run, it is $100, and Girls on the Run works really hard to be able to sponsor as many kids as they can with that $100. So that is 3,870 girls that possibly were able to do Girls on the Run just in that amount of time. That's, that's huge, you guys. That's huge. And like I said, that's Girls on the Run. They're a nonprofit, and while they have a suggested quote on price, right, that they try to do, for those basically who feel they can afford it and can't afford it, but majority of these kids, I've coached it several times. I will say it's probably, and just in our community alone, it's around a 50-50 split that I can tell. And I hate to say by being judgmental, but we all, right? But by just looking at moms and dads and knowing a little bit of the situations, it's about 50-50 that needs those sponsorships, that needs that money, and shoes are included if they need them. And, everyone gets a bag, but, they get all the things set up for success. So I just want to give you guys like a little bit of a picture of what that looks like too, of what that money is really doing.
Right. And if you want more information, I know, Danielle, did you share it on the team page, or did you share it somewhere else about the email that you can, Simone Biles is going to be a speaker at their,
yep. I shared it on the lineage. Yep.
Go
ahead. Nope, go.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I also got an email because I'm connected with, we're yes. connected with Girls on the Run. I got an email that said that you can RSVP to go or to attend this. It's virtual. You actually can make a donation, which helps to give more money to the girls and to the organization to help sponsor these girls. You can, I think if you do that, when you RSVP, it's free, but you can buy a shirt for $25 and you can get an 8x10 like Subway art kind of thing that was designed specifically for girls on the run for another 18. I think by the time it was all said and done, I paid less than $45 and I'm registered to see Simone Biles speak. And actually there's a couple more people on top of Elizabeth Coons, who is the CEO.
The CEO. Yep. And I'm sure it's super inspirational, you guys. Like it's going to be one of those things that it's going to be, it's not going to necessarily be about goal setting, but it's going to be like those trainings that we do, like we just did, some of you with Gretchen, right? Like it's just going to be like, I'm sure, amazing quotes and amazing things like Simone Biles, right? Like she's amazing. So yeah.
And that's what I kept thinking is it's going to be one of those moments or one of those times that you're going to sit and it's going to be good for your heart and it's going to remind you why you do what you do, right?
Yep. And I will add, I don't remember the exact dates, but in March, I do believe there's another race coming up. So this is kind of newer thing they've been doing in the past few years too, that they have races throughout the years that aren't the girls' race. Okay. So like Girls on the Run starts in March. Their race is generally not till the end of May. All things COVID, it's kind of been a little hairy, and some of them have been in June and that sort of thing. But they have races that you can attend to, and it's the same thing, right? Like, you're donating and you're showing up and it's a good cause and all of that too. So thank you, Tracy, for sharing. So I had two of you talking about shipping. I'm going to give it to Jessica since we just made Tracy talk. So Jessica, would you talk a little bit about the free shipping that we have coming up? That's a fun thing happening this weekend if you didn't see it. I think Jessica's still here.
Yep, I'm here. So the free shipping is between January 14th through the 17th. And then Alaska, because I know that we have some Alaska girls, that their shipping is going to be $10 instead of $18. So,
and that's still with your 2-day air too. So while I know that's a little bit more for Alaska, from what I've been hearing, you guys are at least getting it pretty dang fast. So that's good news and exciting things. So that is this weekend, and it is with spending 100 or more, right? Am I correct?
Correct. Yep, you're right.
Okay. Yep. So some quick little tips that I would say is, let's find those bundle pictures. If we can maybe get an album going. Anybody that has seen any bundle graphics out there, if you want to share them that are 100 or more, go into your back office, see who spends 100, who are the people who have spent 100 with you in the past year or the past whatever, right? Like they're the kind of people who are going to love that free shipping, even the ones that are close. So like your frugal shoppers like me, like you could probably look at anybody who's done like the, I don't know, $60, $70 above range before, right? Like if you tell me that there's free shipping and that's what I've spent before, if I want more things, I'm probably going to be like, oh yeah, let me peek. I like free shipping, right? And I will tell you guys one last thing, and I was a little mind blown by this, but I have posted a poll a couple of times in my customer group, and I've asked, like, what do you like? A 20% discount, a 10% discount, a free shipping, free tax, so much off of your purchase. And you guys, a lot of people don't know how to do math, and I'm really not trying to be like picking on people, but like I know what some of these people have spent, and 20% off of their order is way more than what shipping is. And free shipping hands down won the poll. People love free shipping. Amazon has primed us, literally, haha, no pun intended, to love free shipping. And I don't know about you guys, but like Christmas time, I'm guilty all the time. If they said you got to spend $49, you got to spend $79, like all the sites that I was on, whatever they told me I needed to do for free shipping, I was always like, oh, what else can I add? What other gift can I find? Oh, look at this fun little $5 jewelry or whatever, right? Like you work towards it. So really, really, really use that. So, okay. Thank you, Jessica. Cindy Monroe did not step down. Lauren, she is just part ownership. So about a year and a half ago, we have a group of people from, it's called Cambridge, that have come in and are really just restructuring, and they're amazing. Just to give you a quick background of them, they actually worked for Warren Buffett. And they had worked with companies like Pampered Chef and a lot of different companies and turned them around. And then they started their own company. And with Warren Buffett's blessing, like he literally, like this girl that's part owner of Cambridge, it's a man and a woman. They gave her, like Warren Buffett is like, you go girl, like do it. Like you've been under me for X amount of years. You've done all the things, like let's do it. So yeah, Cindy is still just part ownership. For those that have been around, we've all watched her take a huge breath. Like, it was one of the hardest decisions she's ever done. And I see the nodding of the head for those who've been around. Like, I've watched that woman like become happier and our company become bigger and better. Like, it was time. She's put her time in, right? She's still our face. She still loves us. She was at Summit for us. All of us got to see her and talk to her and chat personally, and she's still sweet old little Cindy, and so is Scott. But yeah, so that did happen a little bit. So yeah, $10 shipping, what, right? Free shipping, what? Exactly. Glad you guys are excited about that. So, move your parties accordingly with that too, right? Like, just kind of keep that in mind too. Okay, I want to remind you guys really quick, this one is me, that I did the jump into January training already, and that is on the Lineage page, and it is still holding true. I had sent you guys all a text last Wednesday as well, that if you told your director 3 things that you learned from the jump into January, we're still going to show you sneak peeks. So get it done. Message your directors if you haven't already after this. We're dying to show you some sneak peeks, right? So message them and they will show you some sneak peeks that we saw of the spring product. Just a reminder, if you've not been talking about it, because I personally haven't, so I was like, oh, I need to say this out loud, that we have 70% off bundles this month for the insiders. And one of them is the, gosh, I'm not even thinking of the name. I didn't write it down. That's like the under bed storage type looking thing as part of it. It's part of both things. And that's sold, yeah. And that sold out like right away when we first had it, which means people want that. So get some parties booked, you guys, for those items. Okay. Team party week. If you've not hopped in there already, I'm behind the 8 ball on this one for like, I don't know, like probably like the 6th or 7th time, right? But let's do it. Let's get these parties booked. And I'm not gonna, like, as much as I've called it Team Party Week, and I want to say the dates are like the 18th to the 28th. They've now announced this free shipping. So by all means, if your parties start soon, I'm gonna let you count those, right? If you get them going. And I've already hinted there's more coming in January. It may or may not be amazing for your customers as well. So there's definitely some reasons to have some parties, right? And you can just tell your insiders just that. You don't know what it is either, but your directors have told you, they all nodded their head on a gather meeting, that there's more fun things coming along with free shipping. So between that 70% off bundle, free shipping, our ongoing special, and something else coming in January, those are some great talking points. Spring refresh. So I want us to stay concentrating on January, right? But we all know you're going to get some no's. Some people aren't going to party in January. So I do want to let you know that if they say no, and this is the only time you're sharing it, is that there is a spring refresh coming February 1st. So if they say no, not right now, I'm not busy, whatever their reason is, you have something else in your back pocket. And that's to say, well, February 1st, there's a whole new small little spring line coming. That's super exciting, and use that as well, you guys. Yeah. And we saw that too. So again, get those 3 tasks done, because we have sneak peeks of that line, and it's so fun. So spring catalogs are officially coming on February 21st for those of you that like to plan ahead for that. And the new spring catalog starts on March 1st. And I always like to remind you guys to kind of start putting some of your paycheck away for that right now, right? Or do you have Pika credit? Even better yet, get your business supplies from having Pika credit. If you don't have Pika credit yet, get some people lined up, right? Because we've got, I'm going to give the floor to Jessica for the next 2 subjects. We've got some really great reasons to join right now. And one is Bring Your Bestie, and one is 31% off of the kits. So Jessica, I'm going to give you the floor for that.
Okay. So I have my little notes here.
Go for it. Mine are here too.
So the 31% off kits for new consultants, those dates are good January 10th through the 23rd. So the Ultimate Goal Getter kit, originally $179, is now $123.51. The signature,
which is just unbelievable. Like,
I know, right?
Unbelievable. Isn't that worth almost $800?
Yes.
Like, by all means, we don't want kidnappers. Like, I don't want you to get kidnappers, but like, wow, if someone wants to start their business, that's so huge. Okay, keep going.
And then the signature fan favorites kit was $99, now $68.31. And then the basic bestseller kit, $59, now $40.71. So that's super, that's just, those prices just amaze me. Like
Yeah,
if
that
I
girl-
was to sign up again, I'd be like, oh, give me that $123 one, because I want all the things.
I would too, but don't forget there's that girl who the $59 is too much for her. She doesn't
Yeah.
have that. She is very interested and she doesn't have that. And now it's only $40. And she
Yeah.
is going to start off with so much success still because it's more than enough product for her to start her business, right? Like we all know,
Yeah.
honestly, in our Facebook world, I'm a firm believer. I don't even know that you need product to start. Like I really don't. It's amazing we have kits and I'm glad we do. But honestly, you don't, right? Like I start launch parties before these girls have even, how many of you started your launch party before you had a kit? I'm pretty sure a few of you on here I did that with, right? And like it was successful. You didn't need it. It's a bonus to be able to show it later and to have that product to keep showing and walk around with and, you know, talk to people at the grocery store. But $40 is amazing too. Okay, sorry, go.
That's okay. So that brings us into the bring a bestie. Any new consultant will get to bring 2 of her besties or friends or whoever she wants to bring on with her, and she'll get 2 codes, and they can sign up for 20% off of any of the kits. It's good for 30 days after she signs up. There's a lot of information on top on this one, and if you go up to the search bar and click bring a bestie, it'll show everything that I'm pretty much talking about right now. There's a conversation sheet even that you can go in there, and it tells you pretty much like what to say, what to do, all of that. But have her do the 31% off first.
Yes.
Until
You don't
that
get to double dip.
expires.
Yep.
Yes,
don't
until
get to
that
double dip.
expires.
Yep.
And then she'll still have her 2 codes after the 31% off expires. So
yeah. And that's an ongoing thing right now, the Bring Your Bestie. So the 31% off ends the 23rd. The Bring Your Bestie is something that they basically have added to her Jumpstart, to her AMP. That's an ongoing thing for right now. Yep, absolutely. Okay, very cool. Any questions, let us know on those. You know, and again, those of you that have launched with me, one of the first things that I have her really think about is who would this be fun to do this with? And I mean, how many of you like remember me asking you that, right, when you launched? And it often gets misunderstood, and it often becomes, oh, I don't, you know, I don't know, or they don't want to ask anyone, or they don't know who would want to do it. And I always am quick to say, you know, we're not mind readers, right? Like I don't remember when you signed up for 31 that I all of a sudden was like, you have to be, you know, a genie in a bottle, or you know, some Wizard of Oz mind reader, you know, like was like the great and powerful Oz, right? Like it's literally just who would it be fun with. And really quick, for those of you that don't know, that's exactly what Heather Beard and I did, who is, you know, some of you guys as senior director, and you all know, right? Like I signed up, she saw me making money, she saw all the things. I also, like Gretchen, had the story of like, we were on food stamps and all the things at that point, and was like, how is this going to help you, right? Like right away was like, if I sign up, what do I have to do? How can I help, right? And that's back to that last meeting that we were on, like people want to help people. And if they know, especially because more often than not, I have girls that's exactly why they're signing up. They need money. And if someone signing up underneath them is going to help them make money, they're going to. Not to mention, it's just fun. Like Heather and I have been doing this together over 9 years, and it's fun, fun, fun. So, all right. Next up, which I think is also Jessica. Yes, Jessica, you're just taking all the things right now. Is Pink Reveal. And if you've not seen already, it started December 31st, and I just want to add, Jessica, this might have been in your notes, but I just want to make sure I plug this, that it's really hard for us as directors to see what you did on December 31st. We needed to have like screenshotted reports that day and pulled all the things. And most of us, I mean, let's be honest, it was December 31st. That's New Year's Eve. We didn't do that. I'm just going to be super authentic and transparent. So we're relying on you to know what happened on December 31st, along with this month to get your pink reveal. So you're not going to see posts that I'm actually like really celebrating you per se. That's why you're going to see posts that say shout out below what you've done, okay? Because we want to celebrate you, and I'll give it to Jessica.
Okay, so the pink reveal, like Danielle said, the earning period started December 31st, and it goes through January 31st. So there's 3 different levels if you haven't already seen that. There's a $200 level in PV, there's a $500 level PV, and a $1,000 level for PV. The $200 one is called the Sweet Bundle. And you get 2 products, which is valued at $82, but you can purchase it for $45. The $500 is the Super Bundle, and that one has 4 products in it, and it's valued at $228, but you can purchase that one for $65. This one is my favorite, and I hope everybody is trying to strive for this next one, is the $1,000 level, the Rockstar level. And that one is valued at $446, and you can purchase it for $80. And that has 7 products in it. You can pick one of the bundles. So let's say you hit the 1,000, and you don't, maybe you just can't afford that $1,000 one for $80, but you can do the 65. But you only can pick one. You can't pick all 3. You just earn one of those. And then, do you want me to tell them how to order it once, or do you want me to tell them how to order it? I put that in here. But...
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, that's not gonna hurt.
Okay, so once it's announced that it's, you'll get an email, and it'll tell you, you've earned this reveal or this pink reveal level, blah blah blah. And so then you go to your virtual office, which and then you click orders. Click new order, fill in the form, and select consultant business order type from the select an order type. So it'll have that drop down, and then you click business order. And then,
remember, is it in February what that we get to order them? Does anybody remember?
Was it the 19th? I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not 100% either. It's later in February, though, I do believe.
Yeah, I don't
remember either. I didn't write it down, so that's why I was curious too. Rebecca, do you remember? Because I know, Rebecca, I have you on this topic too.
I don't think they actually announced it yet. Last I saw, it said February to be determined.
Yep. Jessica, did you have anything else with pink reveal?
Nope.
Okay, Rebecca, did you have anything that she didn't do? Because I know I had you on that topic too.
I think the only thing I was going to add is like just an idea. I went live in my VIP today and talked about the 31% off kit. And then I talked about like doubling that up, like enroll, get your discount on the kit. And then I said, you can literally just have a party, and I guarantee you're going to hit one of those levels with your launch party. And then you're basically getting a second smaller kit also at a discount, but with the spring stuff in it. So.
Yes, that was in my notes for later. Absolutely. So does everybody understand what she's saying? Like, this is like, that's another reason for them to join right now, is that they can be part of the pink reveal on top of their AMP, on top of their $250 paycheck or whatever they get, right? And then the other thing I want to add, and stay tuned because a few of us asked this on our ED and above page, but in the past, we've been able to use our Pika credit to order these also. So get it free, you guys. Get your 2 Pikas that I know a lot of you are working towards, right? And you get a Pika credit too. So just kind of keep that in mind too. And then also back to what I was saying at the beginning, how I'm making posts and we're making posts that say, tell us below what you've actually like what you're at, right? Like what's your total by December 31st through December 31st through January 31st. We are sending you, we know what pink reveal is. We got shown what that product is. So we are private messaging you as you earn those levels to see what it is that you can purchase. So make sure that you're paying attention to that post and just keep posting. Because like I know a few of you that I messaged today, you were at like 4 something. So when you hit that 5 something, like message us, we want to show you. Okay, I talked about that. So the next thing is double promotions. I just can't not say that also are on the line for those of you that have been thinking about leadership. If you've not spoke to me, like you're not already in Shoot for the Moon, or you're not planning on Shoot for the Moon, and you have no idea what leadership looks like, please message me. I have videos that can help you. I can answer your questions and see if it's a good fit for you. And just like I say when I'm going to recruit, I'm going to say the same thing when if you're thinking about leadership, like it's pressure free. I'm not going to waste your time any more than you want to waste my time, right? But I want to see if it's a good fit for you. And for some of you, it might not be as big and scary as you think either. Like, please remember that I've been doing this for 9 years. Don't always just think I don't want to do what Danielle does, right? Because I'm an executive director. Like this is my full-time job. So don't compare to that, right? Don't even compare to Tracy. She's been doing this for a few years and she's amazing, right? Like you can get there, we'll help you. But I'm just looking at Tracy and seeing her, but all of your directors, right? And a lot of them have stories of how they did it in just a few months once they decided that they wanted to be director also, right? Like once they actually were all in and were like doing the do, right? And a lot of them weren't doing the do for several months. They were just playing, right? They were paying some bills and doing some things, and that's okay too. But most of them, once they decided they wanted to be a director, they did it, you guys. So just keep that in mind too. And we're here to help. And, you know, Shoot for the Moon, the group that we have is trainings and holding you accountable and all the things. So alongside of that, there are trips that are announced. So double promotions and trips on the line, you guys, money on the table and trips. Okay, I already told you guys that January and February, there's more to come. You're in the right place. Like, oh, I just can't wait for you to see all the things, let alone what comes in March and so on and so forth. Impact. So it's not too early to start thinking about conference in July. They are pushing for it to be in person. I can't imagine it won't be virtual as well. I would love for us all to be in person, but Lord knows, we all know with COVID what's really going to happen, right? But either way, I hope that you guys will consider wanting to go, starting to kind of save your pennies. Think about it, each paycheck you have, maybe break it down depending on where you're from. Think about, you know, do you need to fly, or do you live local to some of your directors who can drive if you're in Michigan or some of the surrounding states from Ohio? We tend to share rooms and pack all the people in and save the money that way. If that's not for you though, because I know some of you that's not, you know, what does it look like? Do you just want one roommate or two roommates? Save for your hotel money that way, right? Food, same thing. A lot of us that drive in, we bring our food. We do all the things, we kind of save the money. But if restaurants are your thing, you know, just start thinking about all of that. It's usually an extended weekend for the most part, as far as flying and or driving and whatever it takes to get you there. I don't know details, but I do know that 31 has hinted around to the idea of some types of incentives for conference. And I actually don't know details. Like a lot of times I'm like, well, I can't tell you, but they have not actually told us on PAC either. We have ideas of what they're doing and some things that they've done in the past, but I don't know. It might just even be fun things. It might be, and I'm just throwing out ideas. So in the past, we could earn, like Jessica and I went to a conference forever ago where we could earn not only the conference to be paid for, but we could earn money for the hotel. Like we got an extra gift card for that and different things, right? And again, I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but I know they've also hinted to things like private time with the CEO, private time with Cindy. Like, I don't know. I just know that they're doing something. I know, right? Something fun. So be ready for that. They want us there. They want you there. And, you know, statistics show too, for those of you that just really want to stay in this business, that going to conference, I'm not going to even try to say the statistics because I would lie what those numbers are, but I know that they're astronomical. Like when you go to conference, like you will move your business. Like it's kind of hard not to, right? Like not only will you learn all of the things, but you'll be part of the sisterhood, and you'll understand how 31 is really truly is a cool company that stands on its name, Proverbs 31, and is, you know, has core values and just all the things and all of that in line. Like I said, for those of you that want more from your business, like I really, really, really hope that you can plan to put that on your list of things to do. Now, I know some of us, I think Rebecca's gone, like, are going to be having babies then and different things. So we understand that too. But, you know, hopefully there will be a virtual option. And I'm kind of thinking with all things COVID, there will be. Connected contacts. I can never say enough about those. Hopefully, you have done the training on connected contacts. If you're on this call and you haven't, please let me know. I can point you in the right direction for that. This is that time that I like to always share while we push for a number a week, right? So like if you're trying to move your business, really you want 15. If you just want to stay steady Eddie, you want 5 or maybe 10 a week, right? I love consistency. I love the word consistency, but I also like to take this time to be authentic, that consistency can look different for a lot of us. And at almost 45 years old, I've had to learn that that is very different for me. Consistency for me personally is not 15 a week. Consistency for me is a non-negotiable 60 a month. Okay, so I want you to give yourself grace. I want you to bless and release if that's who you are, if that's how your schedule works. But that's still consistency, right? Like it is a non-negotiable that that's what I do. And it's a non-negotiable that when things especially are given to us that have to do with a recruiting incentive, I double that and then some. And why is that? Because I'm a huge firm believer in sliding down the mountain. And 31 is giving me the gift to just have a conversation with everyone and their brother about 31% off. And if nothing else, that's the shoot for the moon and land in the stars. Maybe she'll book a party. Maybe she'll join my club. Maybe she'll just like free shipping this weekend. Maybe she'll finally join my customer group and she never did, right? Like maybe she'll tell her friend about me. Something is going to happen, right? Like that's the reason for the conversation. And so again, that's another reason that for me personally, I give myself grace and I go, aha, 31 gave me a gift. It's time to get those 60 connected contacts done that I haven't done yet, right? So, and if you do 15 a week, that's amazing also, right? Like I love the consistency. I just want you to kind of hear from me as someone who's your leader and someone who's top in the company that that's how my brain works, right? Like there's lots of different ways, but it doesn't mean that I did 15 a week every week this month and then I did 60 in 1 week the next month and then I skipped a month. It never means that, ever. Like ever, 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 ever. Ever, 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 ever. Like I can't say that enough, right? That's the key in consistency. And there's that fun word. And we're going to lead into one of our last topics is Tracy. And she's going to talk to us about something she does in her business that's super duper consistent. And it works really well for her. So, and she's talked about this topic before, but I think I could have her talk about it every month because it's a gentle reminder that this girl needs to do it too. So here we go, Tracy, the floor is yours.
Okay, so consistency is definitely the key. But what I'm going to talk about is consistency in going live in your customer group to help grow that customer group, right? So for any of you who are part of my VIP group, it is a rare miss a Thursday night. I call it Thursday Night Live in my VIP group. I actually have people who message me and are like, are you not live? You're not live. What happened? You know, like it's crazy. I've been sick, so I missed a week, and then there was something going on over the holidays I missed. But my VIPs, like they are super excited to see me. Many of them come. Like I said, I had a whole bunch who would message me. So why would you want to do this? Okay, so first it increases your engagement. People love to see you. If you have positive energy and you love what you do, they are going to be there with you, right? And so this also gives them an opportunity to get to know you. So once they get to know you, then maybe they can start to trust you and they will shop from you, right? These people are gonna, we talked about it actually all weekend, no trust shop, right? Like they're going to put themselves in your hands and they're going to take your recommendations there. If you love it, they're going to be like, well, why does Tracy love it? Right? Like tell me more about this, right? I actually have people message me and say stuff. Oh my gosh, I love your energy. I have people who joined my group, my team, because they love to chat. They love to see me go live. They love my energy when they've partied with me and I go live in the party. I'm consistent about that. I will work with them if typically my party goes Thursday through Tuesday, and I will go live on Friday. But if that doesn't work for my people, but there's it's fun and it's exciting, and it reminds me every time about why I love 31 and why I love doing it. So how do you get started going live in your VIP group? I started with a survey. I took a survey in my group and I said, okay, so I did a poll and I said, these are the times, like I just fleshed out some times that I could go live. And I said, what works for you guys? And people voted, and they voted for like 2 weeks. And then I came back and I said, okay, so I'm going to go live Thursday night. And I tried for a while we were off for COVID. I went live on Monday mornings for a little while because I had a couple of different groups, right? But Thursday evening stuck. And then the other part of it is to just do it. You have to, I'm going to go with Gretchen and say, build a bridge and get over it and do the do. You got to go. The more you do it, the easier it will be. They're doing all kinds of trainings in the Pink Bubble. We just had another training at Leadership Summit, talked about doing video, how you just have to bite that bullet. People want to see your face. They want to know who they're shopping from. So really those are my tidbits. Like I want to learn how to do reels. I just friended a girl who does, like, she's on all over YouTube, like Rockstar Rochelle.
Rockstar Rochelle, you guys, write that name down, go to YouTube, look up Rockstar Rochelle. I just spent a ton of time with her at PAC, actually. She's the real deal, you guys. She's sweet, she's fun. Watch her videos, see how much fun she has, see how she shows up authentically and just has fun. I actually bought her training in the fall and need to get my booty doing it because I haven't done it yet. So yes.
I didn't know she had a training. You have to share.
She did. She just started her own, basically, little side gig of trying to, we're in her first like things. In fact, Lauren, your friend Lauren is in it as also. There's like 10 of us that were like, yes, sign me up, let me pay the money and do it. And I know like Kate Moore is in it. For those of you that know Kate Moore, the Canadian from, that's been an NED and an SED as well. And she has done the do and is rocking like her little video world as well. So just go soak in some of her stuff. I'm not saying you have to buy her training, but just go soak in and watch how she's authentic. And she's also consistent. So she goes live every Saturday morning, and it's the same way. Like, her people know if she's not there, they're messaging in her and they're like, are you okay? What's happening? And I was just on, like I said, I was just in Texas with PAC, and there's another girl, Melinda Penner, that is a really big name. If you guys ever see her, I know both of them have done some stuff on the Pink Bubble, and she is so consistent that she left the dinner table on Sunday evening. We're in this amazing, but we were all just like, yep, that's doing the do. She left the dinner table for 10-15 minutes because she consistently goes live every Sunday night. And she made it short and sweet. She went out, she showed off the hotel she was in, thanked them for you're part of why I'm here, and talked about, I don't know, a couple things. I think she talked about free shipping coming up or something, right? Like, just gave them a couple little tidbits, but it's consistency, right? Like, it's consistency and key. And I know Maria asked, what are your experiences? Which is better, quick daily lives or longer weekly lives? Tracy, I'll let you answer that. And then I can give some information on that just based on people that I know do things.
I mean, I don't do quick daily lives. I might pipe on or do like a quick little Snapchat recording video that's like a minute long, and I'm like, hey, this is this and this and this, but I'm not usually live. My weekly lives will run a half an hour to 45 minutes, and I have people who are engaged and talking to me and saying different things. There are Tori, my youngest, used to come on and go live with me on Thursdays, and people would just die in the chat because she would stand behind me and roll her eyes and make faces, and people, yes, exactly. And people loved it. And it was like Abbott and Costello, because we were just like back and forth. And that was like I miss that. I wish Tori was home. Of course I wish she was home, but it's that kind of stuff. And it's that genuine, you're authentic, it's you. And that's all you have to do. You can see I'm energetic and I have I have a higher energy level. Rochelle is insane. Yeah, she's up here. Like she
has
oh
more
my God,
energy.
Tammy, you
I'm a
will not
high
believe it.
energy. She's higher than me. Absolutely.
Exactly.
But she's like me. She does the costumes. She does the things. She shows up silly, right? I think so. My answer to that question, Maria, I think it's going to be similar to what I'm saying with connected contacts. And that is, you have to do what works for you, and whatever that is, do it consistently. So if quick short ones 2 to 3 times a week is what works for you and what you like and what you have time for and what you feel like you have energy for, or whatever that looks like, as long as that's consistent, do it. I also think you have to do things like Tracy did, and it's trial and error. You have to pull your group. What times are good for you? If I did this, when would you show up? Start doing them. See if anyone's showing up. Ask them, why didn't you show up? Was the time bad for you, or did you forget, or you just not, do you not want to watch my lives, right? Like, be ready for their real answers. But I think it's going to be what feels good to you, and what, whatever works for you. And I think it could be 2 to 3 short ones versus 1 long one. I wouldn't go longer than a half an hour most of the time. I mean, honestly, 15, especially when you're starting off, I would probably stick to like that 10 to 15 minutes, see if people show up, see what happens, ask the questions. Don't be afraid if there's no one on and they're going to watch the replay. Make sure you're always talking to the replay people. A little tip that had been told to me even is talk to the replay people first when you start the video, because the replay people don't want to see you going, okay, I'm waiting for people to join, right? Like, how many of you have watched a replay video and that's awful, right? So talk to the replay video at the beginning. We've all done it. We're all guilty, right? Like, we have to learn the things. Don't be afraid. Don't worry if you've done it, because I've done it. Talk to them right away, right? Like, ask the engaging questions. Where are you watching from? What are you doing this weekend, right? And people will show up, and you'll repeat the questions and they'll start answering too. But talk as though people are already watching, because on the replay video, they are. That's how it works, right? Does that make sense? But yeah, just go for it. Just be fun, be you. And I promise the more that you do it, the easier it gets too. Like, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's that whole, like, get comfortable being uncomfortable, because it's the only way it's going to work, right, ladies, is if you keep doing it. And it's going to feel gross for a while for some of you. Those of you that don't like to get on stage, that didn't like to talk in front of the classroom, right? That also just feel weird because you're talking to a computer screen, right? Like, I like all of those things, and I still am just like, I need feedback. I need to see smiling faces. I need to see people nodding their heads at me, right? Like, that's my mojo, right? So talking on a live, I'm always like, okay, comment below. That's why I ask a lot of questions, right? And I tell them to give me the hearts and do the things, right? So you'll find your niche with that too. But Tracy's advice of, like, just get out of your own way, do it, get on there. It's, you have to. What is going to differentiate you from you, that they buy 31 from you, as opposed to the person that they work with, or their friend's person that they know, or, let's be honest, me or Tracy or someone else that they know, right? Like, you've got it. You want them buying 31 from you. That's the difference with direct sales versus going to a store, right? Like, you want them to know you, that you want them to see you. Bring the babies to the screen. They love it. Bring the dogs to the screen. They love it. Don't pressure yourself that you can't do it at a certain time or a certain day because the kids are going to be there, right? Involve them, right? Now, if they're going to make you crazy and they're going to make you mess up, I get it. Get somebody to take care of them, or do it when they're on nap or whatever. But if it's really just as simple as the baby on your hip, or having them hold a little bag, right? And knowing that they're going to get to show off some of the things, like, I'm telling you, you're going to have something that Tracy and I don't have, because we've got old kids, and my old kids won't do it. Her old kids are gone, right? Like,
or they just make faces at you.
Yeah, but it was fun still, right? But use those kids if you can. Like, don't make that be a roadblock. You need to realize that is actually going to work for you, because if they see your kids and they see that you're working with your kids, right? It's one more reason that I've shown up in my pajamas. I've shown up on my bed, right? Because I want them to see, like, this is how I get to work, right? Now, I don't do it all the time, right? But okay, that is everything. Your 8-year-old, yep, loves going live. taken a bag and put all of your
Or your
clothes in it.
23-year-old walks in and starts singing Queen while you're live.
Yeah, Charlie has actually eaten bags in the background. So, but again, as much as it was awful, like, do you know how many people remember that? Like, they ask me on my lives, where's Charlie? Like, they know he's my little turd, right? Like, so just roll with it too at the same time, like have fun with it. So that is everything on my list. We did not do celebrations today, and that was kind of purposeful. I actually want to bring back bingo because I know that you guys all enjoyed it. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to incorporate bingo either into this meeting, or this time around, we're going to do it separate, and we're going to do something fun along with it too. So I'm going to schedule it out in a couple of weeks, and we're going to celebrate. But we're also going to do kind of a bring a bestie, sister pass, bring a friend. I don't know what we're going to call it, but you're going to invite someone to come to bingo. Okay. And I'm going to do a few commercials and a few things. And she's going to get to play. Everybody gets their 5 numbers still for showing up, for those of you that haven't done bingo before. So she's going to get to play. She's just going to get to be a part of the sisterhood and learn a few things about it. It's pressure free. You'll be able to assure her, right? But for those people that have maybe been on the fence or have thought about it, it's something that I want to start offering every couple of months, is that we bring them in to our meetings, into our bingos, right? Like when we were going live, we used to do that. You used to get to, when we were meeting in person for meetings, you got to bring a guest, you got to bring a few guests, that sort of thing. So I want to bring that back too. So just know that that's why we're not doing all of our celebrations. It's not that I don't love you and haven't thought about you, but I do have to give a shout out Heather Beard. She's not here. She earned the top level of the trip this last month, so I can't go without saying that. Yes, right. Because that was a huge one. And Tammy is still on the call, and she is so close to being a director. It's not even funny, like so close. So, which we're teetering again on, which I talked about a little bit about Tammy, and I don't think she was on here yet, of like, it's in God's hands, because the trip promotion starts February 1st also. And so if she promotes this month, she doesn't get the promotion points for that. But if she promotes in February 1st, she does. I know, right? But like, who doesn't want a director's paycheck still too, right? So again, we're just like, you know what? We're just going to keep moving forward, do all the things, and it's in God's hand what happens. So hopefully we're going to be celebrating Tammy sooner than, there's no hopefully, we will be. We're going to be celebrating Tammy in the next month or two for being one of our newest directors, along with some more of you that I know are working towards that too. So that's it. I think that was a lot. I think we did basically hit our hour mark. We did it in an hour. I appreciate all of you for showing up. I know it's January, and if you're anything like me, it may still feel like, what day of the week is it? Where am I? Oh my gosh, it's January 11th already. Like, that's where I'm at. It's kind of a whirlwind that it's like, I know, right? That like January is going to be half over after this weekend already. So thank you for taking time out of your day, especially those of you that have shown up to all the meetings. We've been here for almost 2 hours, but all good stuff. I hope it was some good takeaways. And those of you that are watching the replay, send me a note on a couple of things that you loved from this meeting as well too. I would love to just know that you watched the meeting and got some things out of it. So okay, it's the 12th. Look at me. Jerlyn's correcting me. Look at, right? See, I don't know what day of the week it is. Exactly, point made. Because I was just insisting it's the 11th. I'm telling you, it's been a whirlwind. I'll leave you with, like, literally right before New Year's, my kids started getting sick. I then got sick. They are still sick. We've all been tested for COVID. I think I mentioned that earlier. Then I just went to Texas. So I literally, when I say I don't know what day of the week it is, like, I don't know what day of the week it is. So yes, that's so funny, Maria. So I had you all doubting. You're like, wait, what day is it? I love it. That's me and my authentic self. Ditzy and all. All right. I love you guys.
Full time, and I still don't remember what day of the week it is.
Right?
Yes.
Well, someone made note too this weekend. We were talking about it. I'm like, it's because none of us write checks either. Like, if you don't have a job that you like, if you're not a teacher and you have to say like it's Monday and you write it on the board or whatever, right? Like, I don't. Like, I look at my planner all the time, but I still just look at like, okay, what do I got to do today? What are the appointments? Like, I don't pay attention to what day it is. So, all right, I will quit rambling. Bye, you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
You didn't get a picture.
I know, I thought of it just after. Dang it. I got one earlier. I can't get it to stop. It won't stop the recording.
Uh-oh. Maybe if we just all leave.
Maybe, but it's weird. It's like not everything's almost like frozen up. Yeah, if we all leave, it'll end. Okay, bye guys.
Yeah.
It won't even let me leave.
Oh no.
How weird. Oh my gosh, Tara, I see you're still here. I'm literally stuck. It won't let me out. Okay, sorry for whoever's watching the replay that you're just seeing me like, I don't know what's happening. I can't get anything to stop. There.